Hello, lovelies, and welcome back to my channel, The Journey of Girlhood. So, in today's video, I'm particularly sitting down and properly talking about this because this is going to be a long conversation. Why? Because it's about friendships, dude. Like, navigating friendships, having good social life, social presence in school, in college, and wherever you are, and just friendships in general and how they affect you and how they shouldn't affect you and how when you should walk out, when you should stay there, and all of this stuff. We'll just get all the tea, and you'll get a tea about my life, my friendships also. So that's a benefit too. That's something you'll get out of this video. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically, let me start with my proper friendship stories. The proper friendship started for me when I was in 7th standard, because till 7th standard I was always changing schools. I was always, I never had standard friendships. I never had long-term friendships. So I always used to change schools for obvious reasons, and that is the reason why I never had standard friendships. And the moment I stepped into 7th standard, something clicked and I made good friends. I was in a group of 7 to 8 friends, and we were all enjoying. It was all chaotic, it was all over the place and stuff, and I thought friends of my life, like BFFs forever, girlfriends, like aunts to my children, and all of this, whatever things you see about friendship, whatever things you aspire about a friendship, especially female friendships, I used to think all of that with my friends at that point of time. And turns out it was all crap. Those friends are the biggest idiotic people I've ever had in my life. They again, they came, and that is the reason why I changed a lot, and for the good. But still, like, they were shitty people AF, and I was just not happy at that point of time. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the whole timeline. 7th, I got into this group. 7th and all, it was nice, but I didn't know that they were using me. I didn't know that they were conscious of me. I didn't know that I was being a pushover to them, and I know a lot things of how they were basically exploiting me, even if it is a big word, whatever. And 8th standard, I changed my school because the other school was concentrating on sciences particularly. So my parents thought we should put this girl into that school, because at that point of time I was aspiring to be a BPC medical student. So I went to that school, and there I didn't meet any friends. It was all crappy place. So I was continuing with my friends from the old school, and things were going good until I realized how idiotic, how stupid I was. So eighth ending, we got the whole lockdown situation going on, and in the lockdown, I was totally talking to my friends all the time. I was like, "Oh my god, what should we do? We cannot meet. We cannot do that. We cannot do this." And at the same point of time, the whole chaotic stuff in the group, which was going on, gossips about people, their relationship dramas, and all of that shit, nibba nibbi stuff, all of that shit, it was happening, and I was pretty much involved in everything. And it was not a very good period of time. But yeah, they were talking about all their dramas, and then I understood. So, like, the two girls who I thought were my best friends, turns out to be the backstabbers of my life, till now. So I basically understood how they were affecting my life. So the first friend, I eventually got away with her. How? Because she got away with me. How? Because she was not able to, you know, she was not able to digest that I was being happy. She was not able to digest that I was being confident. She was not able to digest that I was actually with peace with myself at that point of time. And she gradually just stopped talking to me. And she again bitched about me with a lot of people. She told some stuff which I told her to a lot of people, and I got in a very pretty bad fight with her, but it's a story for another time. But yeah, she got out of my life like that. And the other friend, she continued to be my friend till my ninth standard, but then I understood how. Because one, she was having a boyfriend at that time, and I was always playing the person who was consoling two of these people, and helping them patch up and all of this stuff. It was all very nippy stuff, but I was doing all of that, and still she was not able to trust me with him. She was not I was like, he's my brother and stuff. She was like, no, you're not, and all of this. She was not about trust and stuff. At the same time, she was always using me for their meetup. She would always use me for the money that I used to spend on them. She was basically using me for almost everything. And it was just not cool. And she was maintaining contact with the other friend who I broken up with, and she was telling all my details to her. She was telling all her details to me. So she was, yeah, it was a very chaotic position. And then I realized my worth. How? Because I got to know few facts about how she exploited my details, how she told my details to not only that girl, to almost everyone I knew, and how they used to think about me. And then I had to clarify that no, I was not that girl and stuff. So she was basically bitching about me with a lot of people. And then I understood, okay, she is not the person who I thought she would be. So I should really stop being with her. I should really get away from her. And I kind of ignored her. But I, like, directly, I didn't tell her ki, I'm gonna cut off friendship with her, because I don't know how to. At that point of time, at that age, I didn't have the maturity to directly cut off things. So I was just ignoring her. And at the same point of time, the friends I had, the other friends who were close, but like I kind of lost touch with them. I got close with them again, because I again went back to my old school. So because of online classes and all the WhatsApp chatting stuff, I got close to them. And touch wood, it's the best decision that I've made. And you know what I did? So once, what this girl, the girl who backstabbed me and stuff, this girl called me with a new number. And I thought, uh from her voice, I didn't recognize her, and I thought she was that the person who was calling me, she was my new friend that I made, and I uttered her name with her. And she got so pissed off that she completely broke her. She was like, you were talking with those people. I am so not cool. You are so not cool. You know that I have problems with those people. Why would you do that? And all of this. She was very upset, and I was like, no, no. I made them as my friends because one, I got in touch with them again because I changed my school to the old school that I was in, and two, they are nice people. And then she was not at all happy that I was happy, that I made good new friends, that I was studying good, I was doing good in my life. She was just not happy with it, and she was always whining. And I told, you know what, listen, this is the time we should cut it off. This is the time you should get out of my life, and this is the time I should also get out of your life. So let's just break it. And yeah, I told her ki, don't call me from now onwards, don't do anything. We'll just be strangers. You never knew me, I never knew you. And I cut it off. And then I got to meet the amazing people, the amazing friends that I have right now with me. They encourage me. They are the first ones to comment on my videos. They're the first ones to like my videos. They are just touchwood so good people, that I understood, okay, friendship is like this. It's not like that. It shouldn't be like that toxic friendship that I had with that people. It should be like this. It is pure support, pure happiness for each other, and it is just no compulsions, no boundaries, no fixed rules. It's just flowing with the time. It's just that, and it is so good. It is so good. Touchwood, it is the best thing that I've ever did in my life. And yeah, this is a story of my friendships and stuff. But let's get into the main part. How do you actually navigate people like these? How do you actually handle people like people like these people? How do you actually handle these people? How do you actually have a good social presence while actually having these people beside you? Because they try to bring you down. They try to steal the limelight of your life. They try to be the main character of your life. And you should be the main character of your life. You should not be the side character. You should not be the pushover. You should not be the not so confident, always clumsy, always muchi muchi. You should not be that. You should be as confident as possible, right? So the only five things that I'll tell you is: one, do not bother about what people would think. Two, do not give a shit about these people, especially. Three, please, no friends is actually good than having crappy friends. So please do not have a FOMO that, if I don't have friends, then I'm not good enough. If I don't have friends, then I'm not having a social. Shut up. you'll have good friends in the future. You may get good friends in college, you may get good friends in your adult life. That's not the end of the world. Please think that no friends is better than having crappy shitty people like these. So always do not have the FOMO that you're not having friends. It's better to not have friends than having these people like these. And fourth point is, fourth, third, whatever. The fourth point is that always value yourself, always value how you think, always value whether you would feel comfortable with these people, whether you would feel comfortable sharing your secrets with these people, whether you would be like, ah, I can literally, you know, be sick in front of these people. I can literally have allergies going on. I can literally have, I can literally be in my worst state of body, but still these people will love me. If you can feel like that in front of your friends, then be with them. Otherwise, cut it off. It's not worth it. They are not, worthy enough to be in your life. They're just not it. So please do not be with those kind of negative people. And there are some people actually, there are some people who are like, for example, let's say you finally start being confident, you finally wear all these clothes you like, you finally start loving, like makeup and getting ready, you finally know how to do your hair, you finally know how to style yourself, you finally know how to have a good presence, of yourself in that particular, place, in that particular classroom. You finally figured it out, and these people are like discouraging you, saying, "Oh my God, I used to like the old you. You now you just changed a lot. Yeah, you just changed a lot, Gitu. It's just not you. You should be that old self. Your new self is not it. You are so confident. Like, do you not need me? Like, it is so bad. It is so bad. You change so fast. You're making all these connections with all the other people. It is so not good. Yeah, it is so not cool." They just try to pull you down every step of your way, and it is not at all cool. And trust me, I am not yapping about all these stuff just like that because I have to make content. This actually happens in everyone's life. I thought this happens in my life, but it happened with me. It happened with my bestie, my long distance best friend. It happened with my other bestie. It happened with one of my male best friends. It happened with almost everyone I know. So it's not only you, it's always everyone, right? so you should always be conscious of the people you surround with, because if they give positive vibes, you'll also feel positive. If they give negative vibes, you'll also feel negative. So please keep that in mind. So like confidence, things that make you uncomfortable. So again, story time. Again, one fun incident of my life where from then I started feeling confident about myself. So like, till 7th standard, I was always feeling ki I am not the prettiest girl in the classroom. I'm always like, mochi mochi, silent silent, studying and all of this first bencher vibes. And I was never confident about myself. I don't know why, because at that point of time I was looking too good, but whatever. Yeah, so I was like that. And what happened was, 7th standard, what will happen, you'll start feeling all these feelings, right? You'll go into child phase to teenage, you know hormones and all of this stuff, and suddenly you get some attention from the other gender, from the male gender. And I also got that. And then I understood, oh, I am also beautiful. The first validation that I've got, this is the worst thing ever one can go through. The first validation that you're beautiful, you're also looking good, you're also, approachable, it's from a male, and that is so not good. It's just so not good. You should feel so good about yourself that their attention also feels like, ah, whatever. I know it already that I'm beautiful and stuff. You should be this sassy. So, like, imagine I got my first, the moment I got attention, I thought, okay, I am also, I realized that I am also beautiful. I realized that I am also approachable. So, like, this is the worst thing ever, right? And from then I started being a little confident. Okay, fine. I am also, like this person in school, in class. And then I got a lot of attention from females saying, like, you're very beautiful, you're that, you're this, and all of this stuff. I'm not bragging about myself, this is a reality. And I thought, okay, wow, these people also feel that I'm beautiful, so I must be beautiful in general. So I was like very happy. And then suddenly my confidence broke at one point, where when I thought ki, boys compliment every girl and girls also compliment every girl, because every girl is genuinely beautiful. Right now I understand why it is, but at that point of time I thought, oh my god, am I not good enough, am I not good enough for a good social life or whatever it is, for a good whatever. I was like this. And then I took part in some dance competition, something, and apparently my classmates, my dance mates, they commented on how I dance at that point of time. Okay, so I didn't know whether I danced good or not at that point of time. So I didn't know whether I was good or not, but still I was devastated at the fact that someone commented about me. So again, my confidence broke into pieces into pieces, and I was so not confident. And then in my eighth standard, because this eighth standard is whole set of new people, right? New classroom, new people. No one knows me, nothing, right? I took place in a dance act. I do not have the video, otherwise I would have attached it. But I took place in a dance, thing where I danced for Independence Day for Des Rangila song, and I was dancing well, and all of them appreciated, madam, students, all people appreciated me, saying, you dance really well, you have this thing in you, you should just, encourage it a little. And then I got, okay, now that people are telling me that I dance well, I got really confident. I changed myself in the sense that I was always happy. I was always, okay, I dance well, I look good, I do this, I do that. I am super confident and stuff. But then again, in lockdown, things again got a little not so good, because one, no one gives you validation in lockdown, it's you only. And then I realized, okay, Geetu, you look beautiful, you look sweet, you are sweet, you are nice, you dance well, you sing well, you study well, you draw, you do everything well. So stop taking validation from other people and start being confident in your skin, in your body, in yourself. And then I realized, okay, no one will give you validation, ma. You should give it to yourself. No one, not even your parents, will give you validation every time. You should give it to yourself. You should feel like, I am magic. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna rock this. You should feel that. So, yeah, first of all, if you're comfortable in your skin, if you're not seeking validation from other people, if you're like, I am good enough for myself, I'm good enough for everyone. I am actually not even good enough. I am top. I am not reachable. I am like, on the top for everyone. Like, everyone is like, wow, Gitu is that. You should be so delulu that you think you're enough. You should be so into yourself that even if someone comments negatively about yourself, you'll feel like, yeah, whatever, they just do not have the correct eyes. Maybe they have sight, they have eyesight, so that is the reason they cannot see my beauty, or that is the reason they cannot see my niceness or smartness or whatever. And you should just brush it off. That's the amount of confidence you should build. And I built it only in lockdown, when I stopped getting, external validation, when I thought I am good for myself. And that feeling about yourself will only be provided through um, something which showcases your talent, such as studying or getting good marks, or dancing well, singing well, or talking well, talking a good language. It might be Telugu, it might be Hindi, it might be anything. Watching good dramas and having knowledge about dramas, movies, whatever it is that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel like I am top in this field, I am top in this, trope. That will give you that confidence, and search for that. It's gonna be so sweet. It's gonna be so sweet to you that you'll crave for it even more. That's one of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel, because hello, I am too confident to keep it in myself. I should propagate to other people, right? So yeah, that's why I did it. And also, people who wonder, okay, disclaimer, this is not a proper structured one topic video. This is a video where I am yapping, where I am talking about everything and anything. This is a video where I'm just sitting and I'm talking. I just wanted to, sit and talk. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this in a car and not in my house is, for one, my brother is in my room, so I cannot shoot a video in my room as of now. Two, it's just so silent, so calm, so peaceful in my car. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this over here. And yeah, also this week I'm gonna be posting one dance reel, if possible, 2, I'm gonna be posting a video wherein I'm capturing all these cute moments, and I'm gonna be, just like, showing how you can romanticize small things in your life that will actually give you happiness. 3, I'll do a day in my life video also if you comment about it. So be sure to comment about it.
I'm sorry if you feel like I yapped a lot, but I'm not sorry if you feel like I'm yapped a lot too. So yeah.
Also, a lot of you people watch my videos and you do not subscribe to my channel, bro. You should do that so that I can keep making these videos. Whatever, even if you do not subscribe, I'll make videos because it is for myself. But still, subscribe and like my video, and if possible, share it to other people so that they can also listen this free gyan, this free yapping session that I'm, here for. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll be back for the next video. Bye bye.